It's beautiful outside, so let's go riding. Hello everyone, this is Rob with Yoro Adventures. Today we're going riding in the Cuba Mountain Range. Just northeast from the town of Cuba, New Mexico, where you can enter the mountain range, our goal today is not only ride the beautiful mountains, but visit an old bunkhouse. I'm not sure if it's being used, but I've been told it's been out here since the 1950s. The forest in this part of New Mexico is not only a hidden gem to ATV riders, but a great place to get some miles. The mountain is riddled with old logging roads, rancher roads, and forest roads. To get out here easy, just an hour and a half from Albuquerque, this area provides many places to park and endless roads and trails to go exploring. The weather today was beautiful. The average temperature for the wonderful day in September was approximately 74 degrees. I would highly recommend packing a light jacket as storms can cool off the range as well as during dusk. If you've never been up in this part of the mountain range, we sometimes get some good rainstorms as the monsoon season can start up again. Shortly after September is when the bow hunting and muzzleloading hunting season starts, so a lot of the animals are actually getting ready to start moving through the mountain range. It is not uncommon to come across some deer and some elk, some turkey, and occasionally a bear. The history of the mountain range is pretty interesting. There used to be Indians that settled out in this area. There are certain parts of the mountain that actually have some old relics from old pueblos and settlements from Native American tribes. It is important to know that it's against the law to go digging for any artifacts, but every once in a while you will stumble across something just laying on the ground. Well, enough talking about the mountain range. I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on where we were riding. We're just going to go ahead and enjoy some riding video until we get to the bunkhouse. Hope you enjoy the video. Next stop, the old cowboy bunkhouse. We are coming up to the area where the bunkhouse is. There is no private property postings, but it's very clear that this is owned by somebody. There are pens for the cattle, and as you can see as we ride up past the pens, they're fairly new. The bunkhouse is nestled a little bit further back into the valley. There are windows that are intact, but yet they are boarded. There are definitely locks on all the doors, and Crazy Bear and I decided on not getting off of the machines and looking around the building. The Santa Fe Mountain Range does offer free grazing for ranchers with a permit. That is why you find a lot of roaming cattle and areas for ranchers to be able to pen them up and load them and take care of them. As you can see here, we're just riding around the building. Crazy Bear decided to sit back and take photos of the building while I was riding around. And as you can see, it's very beautiful out here. Well, enough of exploring the bunkhouse. We decided to get back on the road and see what else we could find. The mud out here can get really treacherous. In some areas, it becomes more like a clay where it just packs onto the tires where you can lose some traction. It is not really recommended to be out here in a rainstorm driving a vehicle. Jeeps typically do just fine, but a lot of times you'll find your tires just full of mud. ATVs and side-by-sides usually have no problem. I think at this point we're just going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of the ride. We have approximately another 15 miles to go before we get back to the campsite. But as you can see, we're having a lot of fun going through mud. Crazy Bear is definitely learning how to ride his machine out in the forest, and we're just having a grand old time. So we're going to go back to the video, and the next stop is when we're getting back to camp. There are times when I'm out here, it makes me realize how diverse the state really is. New Mexico is a high-altitude state that is made up of deserts, sand dunes, a few lakes, and endless mountain ranges. New Mexico joins into the Rocky Mountains up north. The Cuba Mountain range is approximately 6,900 feet in elevation. It is considered to be wooded and has a variety of wildlife. I love riding into these mountains because it's not only a short drive from Albuquerque, but I still find areas I've never seen before. Typically when we're up in these mountains, we can ride for over 4 hours without seeing the same thing. I wanted to share the ride because there's a lot of times where I meet other riders closer to Albuquerque who always ask me where they can get out and ride. I always recommend this area because there are beautiful primitive camping sites where you can spend the night, but you can also do full-day rides and cross only a handful of people while out and about. If you have a question about this area, please feel free to leave a comment, and please make sure you subscribe. A lot of times we publish riding maps on our website for free, so please feel free to check those out as well. We appreciate you watching. This is Rob, who hopes to meet you out on the trails.